And okay, so welcome. We're gonna dive into the super patches. And as you can see here on this screen, there are 13 patches currently in our line. Um, Something for everybody, really, from pain, energy, sleep, um, uh, what do I want to say? Stability, strength, hormonal balance, on and on. So let me get into some of these. I do want to introduce you to Jay Dollywall. Jay is the founder and inventor of the Super Patch. And Jay is a software engineer. He was part of creating the what I want to say with the original internet. When the original internet was being built, he worked on the software for the what is I oh the security. Sorry, couldn't think of the word for the security for the internet. That was his job way back when. And so obviously he's a brilliant man. And his mother developed multiple sclerosis. Knowing that in our traditional medicine, our traditional medical field, there was not going to be a cure for her. He wanted to try to find some way to assist her with her strength, her balance, and her stability. Because people with MS, that's probably one of their number one issues. So falling for her was a big deal. So Jay took it upon himself. He actually purchased databases of EEGs, um, people who had EEGs done. He purchased the databases of those, created software that mapped out the places in the brain where specifically balance, strength, and stability are housed within our brain. And he created a technology, was originally first in a pair of socks. And so when his mother would wear these socks, she would become balanced, she would become stable, she would have strength enough to move and be as independent as possible. Over the years, those patches or those socks evolved into small patches that can be applied to the skin. And when they're applied to the skin, they actually have a set of ridges molded into them. So when those ridges touch our skin, it creates a message that goes to our brain. It opens up the ion pathways in the skin, and a message is sent to the brain wherever the stability resides, or whatever patch you're using for whatever symptom. So revolutionary, because these patches have zero ingredients, right? They have some adhesive to hold them to your skin. It's called vibrotactile technology, and they are really just gentle signals that get sent through the skin, and the brain instantly recognizes them. In the case of the Liberty Patch, which gives us our stability, our strength, and our balance, it's instant. The instant that that's put on there, it's that message goes to the brain immediately. And we actually have a test that we can do to prove that you are now stable and balanced. It's very exciting to watch. So when those ridges come in contact with your skin, that is what happens. Each patch, depending on the patch that you're using, has a unique pattern on it. This one happens to look like a little fingerprint. And so I mentioned that this is the first patch that Jay created. It's called the Liberty. And so really Jay, his whole mission is really, it's more about empowering people and doing it in a way that's drug-free. There are there are lots of things in our medical field right now that can help people with balance and stability, but they also have side effects. This patch has zero side effects, and that's the amazing part. That is why we can sell it all over the world, because there's just no ingredients in it. So I want to explain to you, because Jay says that this Liberty Patch brings your body into homeostasis. And it's a fancy word for just the natural balance in our system, the natural balance in our body, where we should be naturally. If everything was good and everything was balanced, homeostasis is where we want our body to be. So when our body is in homeostasis, our body temperature is just right. It balances our water and the pH balance in our blood, regulates our blood pressure and our oxygen flow. Those things are all good. Our blood sugar is steady for energy. And that's what it means to be in homeostasis. So one of the patches that is also incredible, they're all incredible, but the Defend patch, and it's advertised, if you will, that it builds your strength. It strengthens your immunity, not your strength. It strengthens your immunity. And that's what it does when you put that patch on your skin and you get that message from this one. But what this patch amazingly does is it improves the circulation of your blood. And it does it in a way that you can see under a microscope. You can actually draw blood from the tip of your finger, have someone look at it under the microscope, and you can see most of us have some amount of stickiness in our blood because most of us, our bodies are not in homeostasis. And so we have maybe some blood flow issues. Our blood cells are sticking together. We don't want them stuck together. We want them free flowing. We want them to have a perfect edge. We want a well-defined edge. That means that blood cell is oxygenated. And that's exactly what this Defend patch does. When applied to the skin, within a few minutes, you can draw the blood again and you can see that every single blood cell is free flowing. They aren't stuck together. Quite amazing. And what this does is it improves our immune systems by X component, right? So when our blood is free flowing, we have more resilience to cardiovascular disease. Our allergies, these can affect our allergies, but free flowing blood is vital, right? Because we know that blood is life. So that's the Defend patch, also an amazing patch. And then I can tell you that this Freedom patch is absolutely mind-blowing. I have seen people, I have watched their faces when this patch is applied and watched the pain leave their face, because someone that is in pain all the time, it shows on their face. You can see it in their eyes. And this patch can absolutely do that. Will everyone get immediate relief? No, but they will get relief with consistent usage. I have seen people with different varying degrees of arthritis who didn't get significant reduction in pain immediately, but within a few weeks, they were able to notice an absolute difference in using this patch. Again, it's the vibrotactile technology. It's called Freedom because freedom from pain allows us to live again. We know that the quality of our life is it resides on us being well, right? And if we're not well, and especially if we're in pain, it's very, very difficult to live a good quality life. The REM patch. The REM is for sleep like never before. REM is not going to act as a sleep drug. It is not going to knock you out. It is going to help your body relax. You put it on prior to going to bed, maybe an hour or so before going to bed. It will help you relax. It will help your body prepare for sleep and rest, but it will also take you into REM sleep, deep sleep, which is very, very healing for the body. That when we are in deep sleep and REM sleep, that is when our body does the most healing. And to have that increased time in deep sleep and increased time in REM sleep will make you awake and refreshed and ready to take on the day. It's easy to, you can wake up in the middle of the night if you have to wake up for anything to go use the restroom or somebody wakes you up. They can easily wake you up. It's not knocking you out and keeping you in a drug-induced sleep. So know that you still can wake up, but you also can go back to sleep. And that's the beauty of those REM patches. And proper rest means stronger health, more energy, and you're going to be able to take on the next day in a much better place. So Ignite actually helps us generate a higher resting metabolic rate. What that means is we actually can burn calories from in a resting state. So we burn 25% more calories wearing this patch and changing nothing. Now imagine if you wore this patch and you actually changed your diet, you started eating cleaner, then you're going to burn even more calories faster. This patch, along with the patch called Kick It, is an awesome combination because the Kick It will help to cut your cravings while this one actually burns the calories. Again, it's safe, no side effects. It's that vibrotactile technology, no ingredients. So even when you're at rest, you are burning calories. It is not considered to be um, a weight loss tool. Well, it is a tool for weight loss, but it's not considered or advertised as that. It's actually igniting your metabolism is what it's doing. And so from a health standpoint, that's exactly what you want it to do. Here's the Kick It patch. I mentioned that. Paired with the Ignite is great for helping to take off those extra pounds. But Kick It it's really a willpower thing. It overcomes the negative thinking and actions that happen when we are denying ourselves something, right? So we're denying ourselves that sweet roll or that donut. We have negative thinking because we want to eat it, right? This will help that, and it will help those impulses, that impulsive eating, that impulsive drug abuse maybe, or overeating. So all of it combined is great for that part of the brain. It takes over and takes control. Here's our peace patch, and our peace patch is just that. It activates the mind to body connection in a mental state, for a positive mental state, right? So it helps to combat the effects of stress in our lives. We all have it. Some of us have it worse, but people who have anxiety issues, or maybe just on an occasional occurrence of it, you can put on this peace patch and feel that calm and clarity, helping you to cope with whatever that stress is in your life. I'm gonna skip over that one. I'm gonna skip over that one. And just let you know that the one-time enrollment is $40 typically. If you're watching this in the month of October 2025, it is $1 this month. This allows you to get the patches at $45 per pack versus the $60 retail. You can join a Smart Ship if you're an associate, if you've come in with that enrollment and that membership, and you can buy 3 packs of patches, get one for free. And you can build a business or not build a business. You can just simply take advantage of the fact that you can get them at wholesale versus retail price. So you want to get back with the person that invited you to watch this presentation, and they can give you more information about that. We also have a Facebook group called I've Got a Patch for That. Make sure that you get invited there so you can even see more deeper information. You can drill down and get some information on each and every patch. You can also, we've got quite a number of small short videos with in-depth explanations of what the patches are, how they work, and you can take advantage of that. So I will stop the recording And please get back with the person that invited you here, and they can give you all of the great information and details.